Welcome to the SpaHive Podcast. We're your hosts, Julie Pankey
and MaryAnn Sessine, spa leaders, business strategists, and business besties who are pulling back the curtain on what it actually takes to grow a business and a life you don't secretly want to escape from.
This is where leadership meets honesty, where revenue meets relationships, and where we talk about the things no one puts on Instagram.
So, if you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, or a high achiever who's building something meaningful, but also navigating team dynamics, burnout, boundaries, and big goals, you're in the right place.
No highlight reels, no sugarcoating, just real conversations, practical strategy, and a little laughter along the way. Let's get into it. Hello, and welcome back to the SpaHive Podcast. I'm here with my business bestie, MaryAnn. Good morning, MaryAnn.
Good morning, Julie. Good morning to our listeners. Julie, how's it going?
Good. How about you?
Living life, trying, every day surviving. Pretty cold here. It's not cold where you are, so that's great for you. But it is pretty cold, but yesterday we had a warm spell, which was nice. So yeah, just trying to get through this. It's not spring yet, right? When does spring start?
Oh, is it March 20th?
You know what? It's always around the 20th or the 21st, right?
Yeah, I want to say the 21st.
Right.
I'm not sure, though, 100%.
Okay, we're right. It's March. Okay, so in 2026, the official astronomical first day of spring, also known as the vernal equinox, in the Northern Hemisphere is Friday, March 20th at 10:46 a.m.
Great. I mean, we should record that day at that time.
10:46 a.m.
6 a.m. on Friday the 20th. I think I have an appointment. No, I'm just kidding.
Clear your calendars. We will rein in spring. And what are we gonna? We'll do that.
Our spring cleanup recap.
I was gonna do the spring sunbathing, where you bathe your bum.
I think that it might be still cold for my perianal sunbathing.
Bless it.
And Gary wouldn't let me do it while we were here. He thought that they wouldn't invite us back.
Or maybe they want you to stay longer. That's
right,
possible.
Exactly. Oh, so what are we talking about today? We're talking about the power of proximity and what changes when we get in the room together. Specifically, like what changed when we got in the room together.
Yeah, so I visited Julie, about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, down in South Carolina. I had never been to, I've driven through South Carolina, right, to get to Florida, but I've never, really stayed there. And so I got to stay with you, Julie, and it was really nice. It was warm, a little bit warm some of the days, right? But I did bring some cold weather with me. But we had a great time.
We did have a great time, and I don't think that, it was we haven't been in the same room for a long time.
Well, how long? What has it been?
I don't know. I mean, was it since last February when you came to Maine? Or was it? No, you came. That was when we did our thing with Dawn. Yeah. But I think you came and stayed at the Cliff House.
Well, that was before that.
So was it since last February?
Yeah. So it'd been over a year?
A year. Exactly a year. Really?
It doesn't feel like that.
We didn't meet anywhere else?
Did we meet anywhere in the... Oh, wait, we went to New York.
Oh, New York. That was in March.
Ding dongs.
So March or April.
I think it was March or April. That makes sense because then the summer is busy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we didn't want to do fall, right? We decided we weren't going to do fall.
We put it off.
Yes, because I didn't wanna go up to Maine because it was too cold. So I thought, "Well, why don't, I come see you in South Carolina?"
Yeah, and I feel like we didn't have a chance to do enough fun things in like Charleston, but I also don't think that like either of us really realized how important it is and how much we needed to spend like a little time together as our business besties. So, I mean, we thought we were productive before, right? We think we're productive now on the podcast, but I feel like something just like unlocks when you're in person. And that's really important. Like, yes, we work virtually, and, people that work virtually do a great job, right? And you become used to that. But working in person and having the opportunity to collaborate in person often creates like breakthroughs, right? You talk about things that you might not talk about on the phone because you have more time together. You're able to like bounce more creative ideas off each other. A lot of times, like when we're on Zoom, and I'm saying we as you and I, but also the we that's listening to the podcast, right? We have an agenda, right? We like keep to our agenda, we tick off the boxes, we have a little chit chat in the beginning, a little chit chat in the end, and then, you're like, okay, on to the next thing. Check off on my notebook. Moving
Oh.
on.
I will say, I mean, we had an agenda going into the weekend, thanks to Julie Pankey. I loved it.
I know, but we went off agenda a lot of the times, I feel
We
like.
did?
I really feel like we
You
did.
did? Huh.
Yeah. I mean, like, sitting in my bed watching TV was not on my agenda.
We didn't get to do it.
Well, we sat in the bed and talked. We
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
watch
and we
TV.
worked, but again, you somehow eluded sitting on the bed with me and watching TV. But I will say, I think people want to know what we did, right? I will
Yes,
say, one of the nights we had family movie night and we
there.
watched one of Gary Pankey's favorite movies, but it is now one of my favorite movies, is My Cousin Vinny. That is
Right.
such a good flick. Such a good flick. Everybody should go
Yeah.
watch that if they need like a little, just something fun to watch.
Right, right.
Go and watch My Cousin Vinny. That was a good time.
It was a good time. And I don't know, it was from like the early 90s, right?
Yeah, I don't even know if I was born yet. Let's see.
I know. Yeah,
It was
Gary
92. 92.
90.
So I was
So
the
you were
right
like 2.
I was 2 years old, but let me tell you, I mean, the movie still slaps. I mean, it was great.
It is great. And you're right. If you haven't seen My Cousin Vinny, you should go see it. You should get it. We got it free on one of those streaming platforms. I can't remember which one. And there are some really funny parts with like Jim Pesci, Marissa Tomei, Ralph Macchio, who was a favorite of mine back in the Karate Kid days, which I think was probably, what was that, like late 80s, early 90s?
Yeah,
I don't even remember. So we did. We had family movie night with Carol and Gary
that
and
was
snacks. And we had a great brunch that day also,
yeah.
where you had a delicious chicken fried steak.
Yep.
No, it's
With
just not chicken
no,
fried steak.
country fried steak, which is
Country fried steak.
different than chicken fried steak.
Yeah.
And I tried grits again for the second time in my life. And yep, still not a fan, but that was good to try, right? It's good to try it twice, I guess.
hmm
That
And
was
then
nice.
I had crab cakes, egg benedict, which
I'm
is
getting hungry.
always a winner. And yeah, I mean, then we just mostly hung out that day. And then the next day, we created content, like content machines.
Yeah, so then the next day was Sunday. We went for a very long walk. Julie and Gary led me for an 8-mile hike around town. And that was real nice. We saw all of 13,000 different Southern churches. And it was Sunday morning. So it was fun to see people out and about, getting ready to go to church, towing along all their little kitties.
Mm-hmm.
And then that day, I made Julie get some work done. And we shot some content, lots of pictures. Oh, that's always a fun time.
We
And
should
we
have
were
had a wardrobe change. I was noticing while I was uploading them.
If I probably would have said, Julie, you need to get changed, you would have been like, no, that's shame.
Probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably.
And then we shot a live podcast, which was fun.
That was. Did we launch that podcast already? We did, yes.
Yep. So that was last week. So go take a listen and go watch it on YouTube. You can see us in person on our Couch Chronicles episode.
I think we should do that like once a quarter.
Okay. Sounds great. Do we get to go someplace warm all the time?
I mean, if it's warm where we are, then we might not want to go somewhere warm.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But we could, we can always do one in Maine.
Yep. We can use your couch. You've got a nice couch.
Let us know how you enjoyed the live episode. We weren't that punchy, so that was good. And if you would enjoy more live in-person episodes of us together in one place. And then that night, we had family game night.
Yep. So I made the crew there play some family games. What did we play? We played Guess Who, which is
Guess who?
such a hit. I hope you guys have played it since I left.
We have not.
What? Come on, it's fun. Play it tonight.
Okay.
And it's an easy one to play with even two people, like you
It
don't need
is
that
easy.
many people. So we
Yeah.
played Guess Who, and then we also played like a charades type of game, which was really fun. And we learned that Julie doesn't like to lose.
We learned? Did you just learn this about me?
Well, all of us. So we had one more round to go, right? And Julie said, well, I don't want to do this round because my team, right? She was on a team with Carol. My team, we're not going to win. So what's the point in doing this round? And all of us were like, Julie, it's just to have fun. Like, it's fun. Well, it's not fun not to win, but
Well, it's not fun not to win.
but
Anybody that's
we made her play
worked with
along.
me knows that Julie doesn't like to lose.
But it's different. It's just a game. It's just a silly game.
Nothing's just a game.
All right. So then we did make her play one more round because we were all like, you need to play this round, even if you lose, in which her team did lose. And Gary and I were the winners, but she did play it and she did like it.
I did like it. Yeah, my partner wasn't getting all the cute.
You know what? I think your partner was doing great. I think it was you. You were too intense.
We'll play that this weekend. Well, we only have 3 of us. So that's kind of hard to play with 3 people, but
You just played for the fun of it.
it was fun though. It was fun, even if I lost.
See, you got to have a little fun, which is so nice because, when you finally get together in person, you can do those silly, fun things. And it's a good experience, right? It's a good bonding experience, of course, but it's always nice to have a few laughs, distract yourself from the real world.
Right.
Yeah.
And I did cook breakfast, I will say.
Yes, you did cook breakfast on Monday. That was really good. On Monday, we visited a very well-known resort spa in the Charleston area. Can we unpack it? Can we talk about it?
We can unpack it and don't necessarily have to say the name.
It was all great. So,
It's
it
all
was
great. There's no real bad things.
but we had a good time. So I feel like sometimes, and I'm sure this happens to you, Julie, more than me, but you go to spas or you go to get a massage or you go to get your nails done, whatever it is, and you can't help but pick up on the little things that you would do differently in that space, which is like a
I mean,
blessing
do you
and a
want me to,
curse.
like, really unpack it? I mean, am I being, like, really unpacking?
Yeah, this is what people want to hear. They want to hear that the spa people, went to a spa and we ripped it apart in our heads.
Okay, so I rip apart every spot in my head when I go there. I
Yeah.
mean, I can't help it,
Yeah, me
and I
neither.
try not to. Because, when you're paying your own money, right? You want to have a good like experience it, not act like you're secret shopping it. Otherwise, they should pay for my services. So it was great. I mean, the boutique was lovely. There were a lot of great products that we looked at. I reached out to that jewelry designer to buy those earrings that I saw on Instagram, and she does all kinds of custom stuff,
Oh,
which is
nice.
really cute. Yeah, and I was like, "You ever think about selling outside of, like, the Charleston area?" So, we were having a little conversation about that. But great boutique area, great
Yeah.
retail space. I think we really enjoyed I mean, me, I really enjoyed, the infrared
Oh
sauna.
my gosh. So Julie made me, yes, and it was a made me, go into the darn infrared sauna. And first off, like, it's heat, like it's hot heat too. Like, Julie's like, oh, it's not that hot, it's like warm. But I don't, you're delusional, because it is hot as Hades.
Like
And I can't,
130.
my God, and I can't breathe in it. I got that problem where it's like forced heat, and it's like I'm choking on it. I don't know what it is, but I always have this problem. This is my plight in winter. And so we're in this thing, we're sweating. Julie's not sweating at all. I don't know, you have a problem. But I am like drenched in sweat. I'm hot. I'm trying to make it through like 10 minutes, and it's sort of a form of torture. The only other thing that is maybe worse is doing like one of those sound bath sessions. I don't like those either. Mainly because it's the same thing. I feel queasy. Like, I feel all woozy afterwards. Like, I felt woozy after the infrared, like, ooh. And then Julie was like, oh, well, do you have high blood pressure? I'm like, yeah, probably. Why are you taking me here? I didn't like it. I left Julie at some point and I said, you can stay in this infrared sauna. She was going to stay like for a half hour. And then I sat on one of the nice zero
Yeah,
gravity loungers.
gonna go do an infrared sauna today. It's
It
good for
sound
my system.
No, it's like torture. I don't know why. Why don't you just come to Maryland in the summer and it's the exact same thing? Exact same thing. Just sit out there.
Yeah, no, 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 not the same thing. Uh,
Oh,
so
what
we
did
did,
we
so we did that.
Oh, and we got to try. Now this was really cool. We got to try the goggles.
Their Therabody.
Therabody goggles. And that was neat because you could put these big goggles on while you're in your zero gravity chase lounge chair thing. And it would like vibrate and pulse. And like there was some heat maybe too.
Yeah, I think they were heated. Yeah, that was nice.
That was nice. I liked it, but in the beginning, I felt it was very loud in my ears.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think I got used to it. We should put those
Yeah, then it's
pictures
like
up.
white noise.
Yeah, except it's vibrating
Yeah.
against your brain. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We're being truthful.
I was a little disappointed with the kind of snacks that they had.
Yeah. Yeah. So the food was a situation. So there was really no good food solution. And since we arrived so early, right? Because you want to take advantage of the entirety of the
Uh-huh.
spa, right? And we would need like some type of little snack or meal or something. And it was hard to find a place to do that. We did find one, right? We got some food from the pool bar and then ate it in the hotel like lobby area, which was fine. But it was kind of a little clunky, right? Like, it wasn't a great setup to do it. And I know sometimes food in spas can be hard because of the smells, but
Yes.
it could have been a little better, especially because you're at a resort spa, so you are going to spend a lot of time there.
Right, right. Yeah, so I felt like that was a little disappointing because we were hungry. If we weren't hungry, then trail mix is fine, right? But being able to find, like a little sandwich or a little something that could hold you over because we both were having like what, 80-minute, 90-minute treatments or something.
Yeah.
So, that was a good amount of time. I will say I did relax in my service. I struggle in services because I'm the person that is like counting strokes and
Okay.
being like, I don't think that she did the same on my right side as she did on my left side, which I did say once this time. I was like, I don't think she massaged my hand that way on my other side, or I was asleep, but I was able to relax. And, she was a great massage therapist, I feel. I can't always say that when you go to a resort spa that you don't know, never been, have no contacts, and they're not giving you like one of their best therapists, right? So, I have had some pretty bad services, and this was a very good service.
I will agree. I think that was when we were both driving back, when we were leaving. I think we both agreed that we were surprised at the level of the service. We were happily very surprised at the level of the treatment. We thought they were really good therapists. It's always just like those nitty-gritty details where we pick apart. So it's funny because, like, I feel like sometimes you pick apart the actual treatment and I pick apart, like, the physical spa, right? Your amenities, what's it looking like, how
Mhm.
it's easy to the client, right? How guests can use things. So, I mean, maybe that makes us a really good pair, right? Because we pick apart different things,
Yeah.
or we're just incredibly critical. So there's that.
I mean, there is that. I will say I probably am critical when I go to a spa. And with that said, there's one thing that I didn't talk to you about that I was talking to some lead therapists about on our meeting. And I forgot to mention to you, but it came to me when I was specifically talking about a similar problem with another spa, right? And I
Okay.
said it was really great because, I got a terrific body scrub.
Right.
But I didn't know that the body scrub, so she does, I start face down, she does the scrub, then I flip over face up,
Mhm.
she does like the scrub, but then she kind of like wraps me in the sheet and whatever, and then does the scalp massage, a great, terrific scalp massage, and she takes some of the scrub, I guess, off my feet and does a great hand and foot massage. So it's like head, hand. But it was weird to lay like for a long period of time wrapped in
In
this
the
scrub.
scrub. Yeah.
And so I said, this is strange that I'm wrapped in the scrub while you do the scalp, hand, and foot. And she said, well, it's also a mask.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, okay." So it had clay, it had oatmeal. I think I told you about the ingredients.
Yeah. Didn't you say it had like cornmeal in it or something?
Cornmeal, oatmeal, cornmeal, some kind of clays,
Yeah.
and something else, probably some essential oils or whatever. The salt, of course, dead sea salt or sea salt, some kind of salt. But let this be known, my pet peeve. I do not love shower scrubs. So I had high hopes for getting in the shower. And she says, now I didn't know that the scrub was like a burnt red color.
Mhm.
So I get into the shower. She says, get off the table. I'm going to step out while you get off the table. Then I'm going to come in so that I can remake the table for you. And then I'll go back out so that you can get back onto the table. I left a washcloth and some shower gel. I
Mhm.
started the shower. Okay, great. So she leaves. I get in the shower. I cannot get this stuff off me. And this is a real problem. And it's a problem when we write treatment and it's a problem that I've been dealing right now with a particular treatment protocol. And there I am with this little tiny washcloth that's white, and I go to use the washcloth on my arm, and I look like I'm like a dirt, like I just rolled out in, the Arizona desert, and I'm covered in that red dirt, and I couldn't get it off. And then the shower is not draining, and I'm standing in like 5 inches of water to my
No,
ankles, which grosses me out.
I didn't know about that part.
And and so I said, yeah, so this does happen other places, and it is disgusting.
Yeah,
And then I'm trying to get it off my back with
yeah,
not a great spray from the shower. So I'm trying to use this tiny washcloth on my back, right? MaryAnn can see me. And I'm like trying to do my back, and it's all red. By now, the whole thing's stained with like dark color. And I was like, and she's like, she leaves. She goes, I'll be back in one more minute. And I'm like, one more minute? I need like 10 to get this stuff off
yeah,
me. So I'm rushing, trying to get back on the table. So she's not like, oh, come on, lady. You're
right.
eating into the whole treatment because you're in the shower for 17 minutes.
Yeah,
So I jump back on I dry off. No dirt comes off me on the white towel. So I feel pretty clean. And I jump on and have the rest of my treatment, which was great, and I fell asleep. But I'm telling you, any spa people that are listening, what do you think? And non-spa people, but spa goers, about a scrub or a wrap in the shower? I mean, do you look forward to and love having that shower? Because I would like to eliminate showers in all body scrubs and wraps.
mm. And to remove it would be towels. How would you remove it?
Well, yeah, I mean, you would not use the red mud, obviously, first of
Yeah,
all. Like, that needs to go in the trash, and, that's a brand that I don't love anyway, but you would use something that comes off easier,
yeah,
like, you could do, like, a nice sea salt scrub. I mean, so I go to get my nails done here at this, two-woman nail shop. And she made her own scrub butter mask.
yeah.
She gave me the recipe.
Ooh,
And I was like, I mean, this is what you need to do, right? You scrub, whether it's the legs or the arms, you scrub. And the more you scrub, pump, boom, boom, one pump, two pumps of a little bit of butter,
yeah,
and you add the butter onto the scrub, and now it emulsifies,
right.
and all the salt melts away, and now it's just this like silky body cream. So there's no, you're hydrated, it feels good. And then she just takes a warm towel and, wraps it around, and then like kind of takes some of it off, because the salt is still there, right? It's just melted. So you want to get, the residue of any
Yeah.
salt off, but then it's just left that silky butter.
Mm.
Something like that. I mean, I need to develop a product line of showerless scrubs and body wraps because
All right.
I have been searching for good ones, and it is a struggle. It is a struggle, people.
Well, there we go. That's our next venture. And if you do have a showerless scrub or body wrap, let Julie know and we'll try it out. Yeah, I think the other thing,
Right?
well, the clogged drain, right? I mean, the 5 inches of standing mud water is probably because that mud is so thick and that's a problem with your drain. So no wonder there's an issue there. A big component of having to get on and off the table, like, that's just not my thing, right? So, yeah, I don't really love showers
Right.
in the middle of a treatment, but I'm also remember with yours, she didn't do your abdomen, right? Or didn't offer even, see if that's what you wanted.
Right. Right.
So that kinda would have been
And I
nice.
did want that.
Yeah, of course, right? It's like a little belly massage as if you're a tiny baby. It's amazing. Um, so that was kind of one thing that was also different in the treatment.
Especially a body scrub. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't like to have my stomach massaged in a massage,
No.
but when I'm getting a full body scrub, like I want it all scrubbed.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with that.
But all in all, I would say, it was a great experience.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was a great experience. There's small things, right? Like the use of so many plastic cups we thought was interesting. The water. So Julie and I, we have different pet
Right.
peeves, right? We have different pet peeves, which I guess is maybe good right now. We don't work at one spa because we would probably drive everyone crazy. But one of my pet peeves is when the
Yes.
water, you're getting water, right, in your relaxation room or your, whatever your room is, sanctuary room, whatever you want to call it. And the water is like flat looking, right? Maybe you have a couple of straggly pieces of fruit or cucumber in the water top and they're just like grossly floating and there's no ice and it's just
Mhm.
not appealing. We were saying, like, it doesn't matter if you have, like, 1 guest or 150 guests, like, you have to have nice looking water. It's so
Yes.
funny. And especially when you're at that type of place, right? Like, you're at a place you're spending a lot of money and, you should have the nice water. You deserve it.
You deserve the nice water. Yes.
That was one of our issues, was the water. But
Mhm.
overall, I mean, we don't wanna come off as, like, we're ripping it apart, I mean, because we actually really did enjoy it. We thought the amenities were great,
Mhm.
the locker rooms were very nicely designed, beautiful colors, we thought.
I love the robes.
The robes we loved because they were a little textured on that outside part. We had a great time. It's just the small details that, people can pick apart, and I feel like that goes to show, like, sometimes you don't always need the biggest, grandest spa, right? But as a spa owner,
Mhm.
if you take into consideration those little things, it goes a really long way. People just want to feel taken care of, right? Whether that's,
Right.
the water being appeasing and not looking stale, or whether it's, not having a mud bath of 5 inches of mud in the shower. I don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was our weekend.
It was so much fun.
We had a really good time. And I think the one last question is, was there anything that we wouldn't have talked about on Zoom that we talked about in person? I was trying to think if there was anything, not so much. I mean, maybe, we talked more about like kids and family than we do on our podcast, but not
Yeah.
more than we do in our normal daily life on texts or, phone calls. Um, but more than we would on air.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. I think that, we have been working long distance, right? We've had our long distance work relationship for many years now. So for us,
Many years.
many years. So for us, we get better and better about our communication. We're still not perfect at it, but we work on it and we're better and better about it. But I would say,
Hmm.
doing the fun things like feeding the chickens and playing family game night, right? We wouldn't be able to do that. And so some of the time, just getting in person and in the room can, make sure you still realize, right? There's a face to that person, right? There's a face to that name. Um, and it's way more than just a screen.
Right, right. Exactly. Exactly. And I think since I've been away for a while, I've done a lot of virtual meetings and they've all been really productive and really great. But I will tell you with all certainty that I think, people are looking forward to like a face-to-face meeting, when I'm back. So, and as am I, right? I mean, it's just feels like you're connecting a little bit more, when you're actually in person. But I will also say that, I've had fantastic meetings, over Zoom, and Teams, over the period of time that we've been in South Carolina. So that's great. But then going to Global Beauty Wellness Exchange, as an in-person event, which, I'm sometimes kind of like, yeah, I don't know if I want to go to in-person event, was a great time to personally connect also with people, vendors that oftentimes I connect with via email or phone,
Yeah,
like our friend Cord from Zents.
right.
And it was great to just sit with him outside, side by side, talk about life, catch up as humans, but then also talk about ideas in business that lots of times when you're on a call, you might be distracted with other things, or it was just like a time to be able to just focus on that one-on-one time, right? Same with you, right? Not always like, oh, got to go to the next thing, got to go to the next thing. It was like dedicated time. So I think that's nice. It's not overrated. I think that, everyone should make a date, with a business bestie, a bestie, someone they haven't seen in a while. I always call that soul care because it feels heavy and it's hard to schedule the time because everyone's busy, but I never regret doing it. So maybe we leave it with that.
Yeah, I love it. I hope you enjoyed our spa recap. If you want to hear more about what we think about spas, let us know. I always love that stuff. I think it's juicy. And again, we enjoyed our experience there. We would recommend it, but everybody likes to hear about it. So until next time, Julie Pankey.
Till next time, we'll see you here next time live in the SpaHive. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Julie. Bye, listeners.
If I've piqued your interest, even just a little bit, about the SpaHive, good news. You can learn more over at our free Facebook community. That's right. Head on over to Facebook, search SpaHive Professional Community, and join me, my SpaHive board, and over 400 other spa, hospitality, and wellness professionals there. The community is always free, chocked full of tips, tricks, and educational content to serve you. Look forward to seeing you there.